Greetings and welcome back to Room 303 and our chats with Emily, as we are calling our readings through the poetry of Emily Dickinson. We are in the Johnson edition, and we turn now to the little poem 330, The Juggler's Hat, Her Country Is. Now, this is just a two-line poem, a little couplet. I like to, when I meet the short poems of Emily Dickinson, to refer you back to poem 1063, Ashes Denote That Fire Was. And I like that line because just because this is a two-line couplet does not mean that there's not anything seriously going on here. Now, as we said in our previous comments of poem 329, this poem, along with 329 as well as 331, all sent to Sam Boyles, her pal, on his Europe trip of April through November of 1862. She was concerned, we might say, about when he was going to return. And as I said in my previous lecture, in Emily's life, she loved to talk with people who traveled. She loved to write to them often while they were traveling, and one of her chief concerns was, when are you coming home? Now, our assumptions are that you've been following our stuff at LearnStrong.net, down that left-hand side, Chats with Emily, our playlist. I'm hopeful as well that you have paid attention to our set of introductory comments as well as our preceding poems. Poem 329, as we said, we just finished. Now, this is a poem about expectation. It is a couplet, we might say, a longing for the return of a pal. And it reads like this: The juggler's hat her country is, the mountain gross, the bees. Now, the juggler here is, of course, referring to when will Boyles return, right? The country is of the juggler uncertainty. In other words, juggler here can mean the joker, the uncertain one, the one that's always not quite saying exactly what is completely clear. Notice the word hat here, italicized. And then the flip side of the uncertainty is the certainty of the mountain gross, the flower, right? That is, of course, going to be always have bees surrounding it. In other words, there's a certain kind of certainty there. Specifically, what is going on in this little couplet at 2a? Well, I think that what she's saying really is it's awfully hard to live the life of the juggler and not the life of the certain bee that loves to be around the flowers, the grouse in this case. At 2b, just hear the rhythm as Emily's just playing with this. The juggler's hat her country is, the mountain gross the bees, right? So there's this beautiful rhythm that we don't want to overlook the science of her language here. Finally, at 3a, how are we going to compare this to anything? Think about Hamlet's famous Act 3 speech, to be or not to be, that is the question, right? You can think about that whole speech. We've given full lectures on it at LearnStrong.net. But you can think about that whole speech as Hamlet's coming to terms with the challenge, the dialectic between certainty and uncertainty. You'll remember, conscience makes cowards of us all, right? Finally, at 3b, what was a time when you were stuck between certainty and uncertainty? And it might have something to do with a pal and the absence of the pal and the longing for the pal's return. Thank you.